I'm just waiting. I'll just wait 2 more minutes, and then we will start. Did you get the timetable, the schedule, all of those things, Alia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Iram, you also got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we are going to do mole concept, right? Acha, by the way, do you know na, the NRIs, they have a certain reservation in certain colleges, like 15% of the seats in certain colleges are reserved for NRIs. Are you aware of this, Alia and Iram? No.
No.
No,
नहीं ठीक है
no, sir.
ठीक है तो इसके बारे में I will ask the Learnivio team to share some details regarding this. ठीक है. So, but there are only certain colleges and university. ठीक है. But beneficial thing is that, good thing is that you guys don't know. ठीक है तो बहुत कम बच्चों को पता रहता है और they, I mean those who know they can only avail it. Like, and if no one is availing it, that 15% will go to the general people also. ठीक है. So 15% of the seat is in some certain colleges it is reserved for the NRIs. I don't know whether this is for like this is for complete NRIs. I don't know whether some specific reservation is there for the people who are in Gulf. Like in JEE examinations, 15% is for NRIs, and in this 15%, that means 1/3 of the seat of the 15%. That means the 5% seats are reserved for the GCC countries only. Okay, so in JEE it is there. I don't know whether it is there in NEET or not. 15% NRI quota is there for NEET, but GCC quota specifically, I don't know whether it is there. Okay, I will ask the team to share some PDF documents type of thing with you guys. Okay, for JEE they have done, but I will ask them for the NEET also. And so, like, in order to get an MBBS seat, now then you have to score like very nice. I mean, you just need to be above cutoff. That is 50th percentile. Cutoff for NEET is 50th percentile. So this may need qualified. तो नीट क्वालिफिकेशन से कुछ होता नहीं इंडिया में अगर है आप because 50% of the people they will qualify NEET if they have given the examination है ना 15 percentile का मतलब वही होता है so but आपके केस में you can get admission even if you just pass the cutoff marks also but I will share like exact numbers and everything. JEE ke to we have done everything because JEE I mean there is a huge amount of data that is available. There is a separate website by the Indian government DASA, that is direct admission for students from abroad, and they release every year they release the data like this was the rank they took in. It's the minimum rank and the maximum rank they took in for every colleges, every branch. So that type of detailed information there is for JEE. For NEET, I will have to see. I have seen, but it is not very easily available. Then I will ask one of my student who got into a, MBBS college, and I don't remember her marks right now. But I will ask her, and then I will share it with you guys in the next class. ठीक है? So like it's not like कि आप बस मतलब एक क्रैश कोर्स आपने ज्वाइन कर लिया है 3 महीने में क्या ही होगा कुछ तो होने वाला नहीं इस एटीट्यूड से ना मत स्टार्ट कीजिए ठीक है मतलब 1 साल बच जाएगा ना अगर इफ यू आर थिंकिंग जनरली लोगों का होता नहीं है ऐसे तो मतलब अब अक्सर बच्चों को सुनते होंगे कि नीट के लिए उन्होंने फिर से ड्रॉप लिया है राइट सो बट इफ यू कैन से 1 year दैट वी गुड ठीक है सो ट्राई टू थिंक दैट इवन इन दिस 1.5 months लाइक यू कैन सिक्योर अ कॉलेज ठीक है वो हमारा एम रहेगा ये नहीं कि बस क्रैश कोर्स स्टार्ट कर दिया क्रैश कोर्स करने के लिए आप लोग आ गए हमको कराना तो हम आ गए ठीक है तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे ना how we are going to do this whole thing is we are going to do very less of theory. Theory will be very minimum. Theory will be minimum. And we'll do maximum number of PYQs. What homework you have to do in case of especially inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry. Okay. Inorganic and organic chemistry, you have to read NCERT. Okay. You try to make a habit that whenever you are free, you start reading the NCERT. Okay? Whenever you are free, you start reading the NCERT. Because in inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry questions, and especially in organic chemistry, they are not asking anything other than NCERT. If there is a question in the NEET examination from organic chemistry, there will be a line written similar way in NCERT textbook. Okay? So this you have to do in organic chemistry, and for organic chemistry, you have to read the NCERT. We will be doing maximum of PYQs, and we will be doing very less theory. And I will be, it's not that I will not teach theory, but I will teach theory, but that theory will be whenever needed. Okay? For example, mole concept में पढ़ने जा रहे हैं. I mean, I hope you understand that there is no use of me writing moles is equal to given mass by molar mass. Is there any benefit of writing this part? Tell me, Alia, Kiran. I hope, I hope you know that mole is equal to given mass by molar mass. Yes, Alia?
Yes, sir.
Your mic is off, by the way. You know this formula, right? Mole is equal to given mass by molar mass. Given
Yes,
number
sir.
of particles, given number of particles divided by Avogadro's constant, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. If there is volume given, then the volume divided by 22.4. So all of these formulas you know, right? And even if you don't remember it right now, but you know it, it's back in your mind. So what we will do, we'll start with questions, and we'll use the application of these particular formulas. I will be teaching theory in mole concept, especially in two different topics. That is, first is molecular formula and empirical formula, because molecular formula and empirical formula has no application in 12th standard. आपने 11th में पढ़ा होगा, फिर भूल जाओगे. Mole, it has application in solution chapter because you have to calculate the number of moles in order to get the molarity, and everything else. Mole fraction and mole fraction, molecular formula, empirical formula. I will teach theory for this, and I will teach theory for the stoichiometric coefficient. Okay, stoichiometric calculations that we are going to do. For this, I will be teaching theory, molecular formula, empirical formula. I will be teaching theory, but all of these theory will be with a question. Okay, there will be a question. I will solve that, and then you will understand how to do the other questions also. Okay. Another thing that we'll be focusing more on is logic-based questions, the logical topics, and logic-based questions also. There are two types of questions that you can have in any subject. One is factual, the other is logical. Now, the benefit of doing logical questions is that with one logic or with one concept, you can do 10 questions. Okay? And there are 10 questions that has been asked in the PYQ. But in order to learn the factual ones, you have to learn 10 facts, and from this 10 facts, there can be one question. Okay? So it is always like, if you look at the efficiency right now, for this short लॉजिकल पार्ट्स, ठीक है, जहां पे आपको एक कंसेप्ट हमने पढ़ाया, उससे 10 सवाल आए पीवाईक्यूज में. आपको हमने एक कंसेप्ट पढ़ाया, उससे मिलते जुलते फिर आपके पास 6-7 सवाल आए. ठीक है, rather than like what is the color of NiCl4 2 negative. ठीक है, they can ask this also, no, what is the color of NiCl4 2 negative, but we are not going to focus on those type of questions. ठीक है, वो आप इनऑर्गेनिक और ऑर्गेनिक टेक्स्ट बुक में जब आप एनसीईआरटी पढ़ रहे होंगे, तब आपको अगर पढ़ लिया आपने, याद आ गया, तो फिर आप आंसर लिखें. Does this make sense? Alia and Iram, is one, please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Iram, make sense? आगे बढ़े? The number of atoms present in 1 mole of an element is equal to Avogadro number. Which one of the following element contains the greatest number of atoms? Contains the greatest number of atoms. Now, greatest number of atoms पे बहुत सारे सवाल रहते हैं NEET में, ठीक है? So all of these are in what? Grams. These masses are different. Okay? These masses are different, so you have to calculate the number of moles. The number of moles of He you will calculate. जिसका number of moles ज़्यादा होगा, उसी के number of atoms भी ज़्यादा होंगे, ठीक है? That it. Because all of these are what? Atoms only. Like helium का एक atom, sodium, calcium, and then again you have helium. ठीक है? So I think 4 gram of helium can never be the correct answer because 12 gram of helium है, तो 4 gram से तो ज़्यादा ही होगा. Then यहाँ पे calculate for all does not make sense. So आपको फिर दो ही ऑप्शन बचते हैं, that is 12 gram of helium and 46 gram of sodium. Calculate the number of moles. Number of moles for 46 gram of sodium will be 46 divided by 23. That will be equal to 2 moles. And in the case of, this is for Na, and this is for Na, and for helium, if I want to calculate, the number of moles will be equal to the given mass is 12 divided by the molar mass of helium is how much? Tell me, guys. मोलर मास ऑफ हीलियम, मोलर मास ऑफ हीलियम। चलिए ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे आपको एक चीज आप हो गया होमवर्क। आप लोग बोल नहीं रहे, आलिया इंदम आपको आ नहीं रहा है, डोंट नो बोल दीजिए, इट्स ऑल राइट। ठीक है, होमवर्क क्या हुआ? 1 to 20 मोलर मासेस, है ना, एटॉमिक नंबर 1 to 20 का मोलर मास। ठीक है, जहां तक हमको लग रहा है आपको याद नहीं है मोलर मास। आपने आंसर दिया इरम, बट वो गलत है। मोलर मास ऑफ एलिमेंट्स फ्रॉम 1 to 20। ठीक है, 1 to 20 में आप देखिएगा ऑलमोस्ट सबका डबल होगा। देर विल बी सर्टेन एलिमेंट्स जिनका मोलर मास उसके एटॉमिक नंबर से डबल नहीं होगा। यू विल ओनली रिमेंबर दोज, यू डोंट हैव टू रिमेंबर एवरीथिंग। Like you remember the one which is not double of atomic number. That's it. Make sense? So for helium, it is 4, which will be equal to 3 moles. And obviously, this is going to be the correct option. This is going to contain the maximum number of atoms. In 2 mole of sodium, we will be having 2 into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. Here we will be containing 3 times the Avogadro's constant. And 3 times the same number. So the fourth one will be having the maximum numbers. Okay, so please write this down. Raise your hand once you're done. I hope you're done writing this. Alia done?
सर आपकी आवाज कट रही है बीच में।
बहुत ज्यादा कट रही है क्या?
जी।
Is it happening with you also?
No, sir.
Okay, Alia, then maybe आपके तरफ कुछ issue होगा. You want to rejoin? I can wait.
Yeah, I'll rejoin.
Sure. How is it now, Alia? Let me just read this question and tell me whether it is fine or not. The number of atoms present in 1 mole of an element is equal to Avogadro number. Which of the following element contains the greatest number of atoms? You can hear me properly?
Yes, sir.
You try this next one. Take 2 more minutes. You can send the answer on the Zoom chat. Okay, time is over. No answers. Alia and Iram. Okay, see you guys. You can calculate again the same thing. Whenever they are asking for number of molecules of something, you have to calculate the number of moles, and whichever is having greater number of moles, that will be having greater number of molecules also. So if I compare here, then I can say that I can ignore the 1.8 gram, because 1.8 gram of water will obviously having less water molecule than 18 grams. Okay. Now let's calculate for these things. 18 gram of water, it will be containing how much? 18 divided by the molar mass of water is also 18, because hydrogen molar mass is 1 and oxygen molar mass is how much? 16. H2O will be 2 because of hydrogen and 16 because of oxygen, and it will be 18. So 18 divided by 18, that will give you 1 mole. And this is 18 moles. So this is having 1 mole. That means what? It is having 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of water. 18 moles will be having 18 into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms. That means option number C. Yes, Alia and Iram. Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
अब एक एक करके बताएंगे. Alia, where did you get stuck? Tell me.
सर मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कैसे करना.
अच्छा, you have to calculate the number of moles in all of these questions. ठीक है. इरम, आप कहाँ पे अटके थे?
Same, sir. I had no problem.
अच्छा, ठीक है. तो अगला देखिए, बिल्कुल सेम सवाल नहीं था. Which of the following element contains greatest number of atoms? Which of the following the number of water molecule is maximum in? ठीक है. Try this is also same thing. You have to calculate the number of moles, but that will now depend. अब यहाँ पे देखिए फॉर्मूला चेंज होने वाला है. Why? Because आपके पास ml है, ग्राम है, and then you have liters of water vapors at 180 and 273 Kelvin. You have to calculate the number of moles in all of these cases. ठीक है? Make sense? आलिया नरम होगा? You can calculate the number of moles na in all of these 4 cases, yes or no? यहाँ पे D में तो दिया हुआ 10 to the power 3 moles. That means 0.001 mole of water is there. Here you can calculate using the formula given volume by molar volume. Make sense, yes or no? Please tell me. अरे हाँ ना बोलेंगे तब तो होगा. Alia and Iram, tell me.
Sir, can you do it?
नहीं, this one you will have to do. ठीक है. अब until unless you start moving your pen नहीं होगा. ठीक है. दो तो हमने किया ना. Okay. First of all, you tell me about this one. You know the formula? इतना liters of water at 1 atm and 273 Kelvin. 1 atm and 273 Kelvin is what? STP. आलिया, आपको फॉर्मूला पता है? When it is in volume. चलिए ठीक है. तो व्हाट आई विल डू. ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम. अब देखिए, अब हमको ये समझ में आ गया ना कि ठीक है, थोड़ा थ्योरी आप लोगों को बताना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. अब आप लोग क्या लिखेंगे, इस सवाल को छोड़ देते हैं, सवाल को लेके आते नीचे, बिकॉज देखिए देर आर टू मेनी क्वेश्चंस लाइक दिस है ना, द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल्स, ठीक, नंबर ऑफ एटम्स इतना, द नंबर ऑफ Pauling has number of maximum number of atoms, ठीक है, ध्यान दीजिए जरा, all of these they pertain to what, they pertain to the mean concept is the number of moles, जहाँ पे number of moles ज्यादा होंगे वहाँ पे number of molecules and number of atoms भी ज्यादा होंगे. So what you can do, there are few formulas for moles. What is mole? Mole is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. If you have this many of something, we see that you have 1 mole of something. For example, if you have 12 of something, we see that we have a dozen of something. 12 pen, a dozen pen. 12 egg, a dozen eggs, right? So similarly, 1 mole means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 of anything. This is a pure number. Now, there are ways to determine the number of moles. Number of moles, it is equal to the given mass divided by mole mass. And it is also equal to the given number of particles divided by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Now, when I say this formula, these two formulas, I mean this whole thing, it is valid for solid, liquids, and gases. Now we have one formula, number of moles given divided by 22.4. Now this given volume should also be in liters. And this formula, it is only valid for gases at STP. STP is standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature is 273 Kelvin. Standard pressure is 1 bar or 1 atm pressure. Okay, so please write this whole thing down. Raise your hand once you're done writing. Now try to do this. So there is one more information that you need is, for example, the first one, na, 18 ml of water is given. Okay, तो यहाँ पे don't take this as 18 ml of water. Water is a liquid, it is not a gas. So volume नहीं लेना. Here you should know the density of water is equal to 1 gram per ml. Okay, so in that case, when we say 18 ml of water, it also means 18 grams of water. Okay, so here they have given ml, but they are asking you about the grams. So calculate the number of moles in all of these three. And then compare which is having the maximum moles of water and hence the maximum molecules of water. थ्योरम ठीक से स्टेप वाइज हो गया ना? तुक्का तो नहीं मारा ना आपने? रम
नहीं सर, कुछ सेकेंड।
ठीक। आलिया, हो रहा है आपसे या फिर यू आर गेटिंग स्टक?
हो रहा है सर।
हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा? क्या बोला आपने आलिया?
हो रहा है सर।
हो रहा है। Just give me a second. Okay, let us see. No. Yes. Yes. Ali, for the first one, what is the number of moles? जी, आलिया, am I audible? Your mic is not on.
Yes sir, you're audible.
जी बताइए। पहला number- Yes, Alia, did you calculate the number of moles for the first one?
Sir, I got 1 into 6.022 into 10 raised to 23.
नहीं, number of moles से करते हैं ना, because number of moles and number of molecules are directly proportional. One mole ना? You are saying, right?
Yes
हाँ
sir.
जी, ठीक है. For the next one, obviously we don't have to see because it is 18 gram, it is 0.18 grams, so we don't even have to see, right? Makes sense?
Yeah.
Here we have 1 mole and here we have 10 to the power minus 3 moles, that means 0.001 mole. So we don't even have to, this option can also not be correct. Make sense?
Yes sir.
Now we have to look for this one. That is 0.00224 divided by 22.4. Make sense?
Yes sir.
What will be the value of this number? जी, ऐसे किया क्या आपने आलिया?
Yes sir.
Like this? Yes, आलिया?
Yes sir.
सही है ऐसे या उल्टा नहीं होगा? देखिए जरा. What does it mean? It means that if I multiply 1000 to 22.4, I will get this number, but it's the other way around. If I am multiplying to this number, if I am going to multiply 1000, not only 10,000, then I will get 22.4 ना. 0.00224 में आप अगर 10,000 मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, 1 2 3 4 zeros, then decimal point will shift 1 2 3 4 times 2 3 4. So denominator में 10,000, so it will be 10 to the power minus 4. So this will be the least. Make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me. ठीक है, ऑप्शन ए
Yes.
विल बी करेक्ट. ठीक है, चलिए, नो प्रॉब्लम. थोड़ा कैलकुलेशन में सीख रखेंगे, बट एटलीस्ट यू गॉट दी कंसेप्ट. चलिए, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, इसमें आप देखिए फिर से, थोड़ा ना हर सवाल कुछ ना कुछ आपको अलग मिलेगा. Here also what you will do, you will calculate the number of moles for सब में number of क्या कीजिएगा, you will calculate the number of moles for all of them. ठीक है. And whatever you get number of moles ना, जिस number of moles of CO2 मिला आपको, you will multiply this into 3. Why? Because they are asking which of the number of molecules. नहीं कुछ नहीं, number of moles of CO2 ही करना है. I thought it is asking about atoms नहीं है यहाँ पे. ठीक है. तो you need to calculate the number of moles, जिसका सबसे ज्यादा होगा उसको आपको टिक कर देना. That's it. You can ask me for the molar mass of a molecule atom. If you don't know the molar mass of an atom, please ask. कार्बन का पता होना चाहिए आप लोग को 12 होता है, ऑक्सीजन का कितना होता है 16, और ऑक्सीजन के नीचे आता है सल्फर, सल्फर का होता है 32, है ना. हाइड्रोजन इज 1. एक हाइड्रोजन एटम का मास 1 होता है. I'll give you guys 2 minutes for this, है ना, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं, 2 minutes. The 2 minutes. Okay, I have answers also. ठीक है, आ गया. And both of you are getting the answer. That is answer number C. ठीक है. So this is 1 mole by the way, है ना. इसका आपको 1 mole मिला होगा. And 48 gram of O3. O3, this would also was 16 3s are 48, है ना, 1 mole. 8 grams of H2 will be 4 moles. And obviously 64 यानी 32, this will also be 1 mole, है ना. तो C option. चलिए ठीक है, ये देखिए हो रहा है धीरे धीरे आपको से सवाल. Try this. The number of atoms in 0.1 mole of triatomic. ध्यान से देखिएगा. The number of atoms in 0.1 mole of triatomic gas. Triatomic gas means one molecule will contain 3 atoms. So the total number of atoms in 0.1 mole of triatomic gas. ठीक है. तो for example आपके पास 0.1 mole of O3 है. ठीक है. So how will we do this question? Oxygen has how many? 3 atoms in one molecule. How many molecules we are having? 0.1 mole. That means we are having 0.1 into what is mole? 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. ठीक है. तो क्या आ जाएगा आंसर इसका? The answer for this one will be, you have to multiply this somewhere around 18 होगा, है ना, into 10 to the power 22. ठीक है. So either like this 10 to the power 22 6 नहीं, ये नहीं है. 10 to the power 23 1.8. Yeah, this could be because 1.8 करेंगे तो 10 to the power 23 हो जाएगा ये. This could be 10 to the power 23 36 no. 1.8 22 no. 22 पे 18 होना चाहिए. This is how you have to do. This question made sense? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Try this one. You can wait a second.
Sir,
जी जी बताइए.
sir, number of atom find करने का formula भी था, right?
Number of atoms find करने का, like you can have a formula. For example, if you have ax by, the number of atoms will be equal to, you're talking like this or in terms of वो तो नंबर ऑफ मोल्स के फॉर्मूला से आ जाएगा ना. आई थिंक आप इसकी बात
Yes.
करेंगे. मोल इज इक्वल टू गिवन नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स है ना, डिवाइड बाय Na, इस तरह से ना.
Yes, sir. Yes.
राइट, द सेम थिंग ना, यहाँ पे वही है. बट द गिवन नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स में पार्टिकल्स क्या होंगे, you have to understand that ना. तो नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स यहाँ पे 0.1 मोल ऑफ मॉलिक्यूल की बात होगी यहाँ पे. ठीक है. एंड व्हेन दे आर सेइंग ट्राई एटॉमिक ना, इस वजह से हमने 3 मल्टीप्लाई किया है. ओके, सो दैट 3 कैन नेवर बी एडजस्टेड हियर बिकॉज फॉर एग्जांपल तब फॉर्मूला बार बार चेंज करना पड़ेगा ना. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर CH4 है देन वी आर हैविंग 5 एटम्स. अगर आपके पास SO2 है देन वी आर हैविंग 3 एटम्स. अगर आपके पास O2 है तब आपके पास है 2 एटम्स इन वन मॉलिक्यूल. ठीक है. सो दिस फॉर्मूला इज नॉट स्पेसिफिकली फॉर एटम, दिस इज फॉर नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स. दैट पार्टिकल्स कैन बी मॉलिक्यूल्स. फिर मॉलिक्यूल में देखना होगा कितने नंबर ऑफ एटम्स है. मेक सेंस?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. बट ये देखिए, दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ना कि आपके पास जो इंफॉर्मेशन है ना, ट्राई एटॉमिक 0.1 मोल ऑफ O3 ट्राई एटॉमिक, बस यहीं से आपके पास सारा का सारा नंबर आ रहा है ना. ट्राई एटॉमिक से 3 आया, 0.1 से 0.1 आया, मोल से क्या आ चुका है आपके पास 6.022 इंटू 10^23. तो जब तक आप इफ यू आर गोइंग टू यूज दिस वे ना, तो इसमें आपको आसानी ये होगी कि बाय द वे आलिया, यू अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी? यस आलिया.
Yes, sir. Obviously.
अच्छा ठीक है. बाय द वे वेयर डिड यू सी, वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम?
Karnataka, Mysore.
Okay, fine. Achha, fine. So then it's fine. No, like I have a few students, like very few. Even they, if they are from Kerala, they understand Hindi, but there are a very few students who don't understand. Yeah, that's why I was just asking. ठीक है.
Sir, I'm
See,
from Karnataka, not from Kerala.
I know, but I don't know about South. ठीक है. So you never know, na, Alia. I don't know about South. That's why I'm saying. ठीक है.
Okay,
ऐसे
okay.
I was saying कि even if someone still they know Hindi, but very few don't know. ठीक है. That's what I was saying. अच्छा खैर. अब हम ये कह रहे हैं ना कि 0.1 व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट टू यूज दिस टाइप ऑफ लॉजिक इज बिकॉज ये फॉर्मूला में आपको एडजस्ट करना पड़ेगा अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. बिकॉज इफ यू आर गोइंग टू जस्ट फोकस ऑन दिस फॉर्मूला, what's important here is this is given in the question, and from the question itself you are getting the answer with what numbers you have to multiply. 0.1 into 6.022 into 3. ठीक है. तो उसको थोड़ा सा ना एक्टिव रखिए, उस तरह वाले ब्रेन को ना एक्टिव रखिए जो आपका यूनिटरी मेथड्स वाले क्वेश्चन आसानी से कर सकते हैं. डोंट ऑलवेज गो फॉर फॉर्म. ठीक है. बिकॉज लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन दिस क्वेश्चन ऑल्सो ना, अब यहाँ पे अप्रोच आपका चेंज होगा. कैसे चेंज होगा देखिए. In all of these cases, we have something common that is equal to 1 gram, 1 gram, 1 gram, 1 gram. We know that they are asking the maximum number of atoms. The maximum number of atoms they are asking. You know that number of moles will be equal to the given mass divided by molar mass. Fine. Given mass by molar mass. यहाँ पे एक mistake है. The atomic mass of oxygen is not 24, it is 32 ले लीजिए या 16 लिखना चाहिए था, तो 16 होगा. ठीक. Now since the same is molar mass
So,
दो
सर आपकी आवाज कट रही है।
Yes, sir.
I not audible. Let me read the question. Long one. An organic compound contains 78% by weight, carbon, and remaining percentage of hydrogen. The right option for the empirical formula of this compound is. Am I audible now, clearly?
Yes, sir.
No. Yeah. So I was saying that since we have the given mass is same for all of them, I can use the proportionality thing, and I don't have to calculate the number of moles right now. I just need to compare the molar masses. The element or the atom, the molecule which is having the lowest molar mass will be having the highest number of moles. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Alia and Aram? Since the given mass is same, whatever I am going to write in the numerator is not going to make a difference while comparing the number of moles. Okay. So the least molar mass is with what? Lithium. So lithium will be the one which is having the maximum number of atoms. Maximum number of moles, and in return it will be having the maximum number of atoms also. Okay, so please write this down. Okay, moving on. Now empirical formula and molecular formula. Okay, for this type of questions, I will do this first question for you guys, and similar questions आपके पास रहेंगे in the other parts also. ठीक है, देखिए. An organic compound contains 78 percentage by weight carbon and remaining percentage of hydrogen. So we have only two atoms. We have carbon and we have hydrogen. What is the mass? Like if I take 100 grams, then 78 will be carbon. How many hydrogens will be there? 12 hydrogens will be there. Okay, so this first of all you have to calculate the mass that will be given directly by the mass percentage. जो भी यहाँ पे percentage दिया ना उसी number को बस लिख देना. Then calculate the number of moles. How will you calculate number of moles? 78 by 12 and 12 by 1. So 78 by 12 will be equal to how much, guys? Tell me. बताइए. 78 by 12. 6.5. Very good. 6.5. And this will be equal to how much? 12. Right? Now, once you have got this, we calculate the ratio. How to calculate the ratio? You will take the lowest number of moles, whatever you are having, and then divide by all the numbers. So the lowest number between 6.5 and 12 is what? 6.5. So 6.5 divided by 6.5 and 12 divided by 6.5. So this is completely equal to 1, and this will be approximately equal to 2. Can I say that, yes or no? If I round off?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have got the empirical formula. For one carbon, there are two hydrogens. So option number C. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if they, in addition to this, they can ask you like this. The molar mass of the compound is, let us suppose they are saying the molar mass of the compound is 16 grams. Then once they have given the molar mass, then they can ask the molecular formula. Calculate molecular formula. Okay. So what you have to do, from here you got the empirical formula. This is equal to how much? CH2. From here you will get the empirical formula mass. Okay. Empirical formula mass. Now the empirical formula mass that you will be 16 grams नहीं होगा. एक सेकंड इसको थोड़ा सा चेंज करना पड़ेगा. 28 I would have to do. ठीक है. 28. So empirical formula mass will be equal to how much? 12 plus 2, that will be equal to 14. Now you have got the empirical formula mass. You have got the molecular formula also mass. Molar mass क्या होगा? जो molecular formula है उसका mass होगा. So if you divide these two numbers, you will get a number. ठीक है, that is known as the factor by which you are going to multiply. इसको n से denote करते हैं. N is equal to the molecular formula mass divided by empirical formula mass. The molecular formula mass given is 28 divided by empirical formula mass is 40, that is equal to 2. Once you get this number, this is not moles or anything. Once you get this number, what you need to do, molecular formula, it is equal to n into empirical formula. The molecular formula will be equal to n, that is 2 multiplied by CH2. When you multiply 2 to CH2, you will get what? C2H4. So this will be now your molecular formula. Okay, so please write this whole thing down. Then can you move on? अगला सवाल आपको खुद से करेंगे, ठीक है ना? तो अच्छे से एक बार लिख लीजिए. आलिया, नीरव, you guys are done?
Yes, sir.
नीरव नहीं हुआ आपका? नीरव, let me know if you are done, okay? आपकी आवाज नहीं आई थी ठीक से.
Done.
Okay. It's very similar to the previous one, है ना? Here यहाँ पे आपके पास ऑक्सीजन का नहीं दिया, आपको ऑक्सीजन का निकालना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? कार्बन, हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन.
सर ऑक्सीजन का कैसे निकालना होगा?
थोड़ा सोचिए, हम बता देंगे बिल्कुल ऐसे ही। हमने, देखिए पुराने वाले में इसका कैसे निकालता हाइड्रोजन का, उसने भी तो सिर्फ कार्बन दिया होता ना। सोचिए जरा, परसेंटेज है तो परसेंटेज का टोटल क्या होता है, तो मैं कुछ आलिया।
जी जी ठीक है।
ठीक है, हम ना ऐसे, ना ऐसे ही आंसर देंगे। आई होप आपको इससे प्रॉब्लम नहीं, हम डायरेक्ट आंसर नहीं देते, ठीक है। आई जस्ट विल हिंट यू, फिर आपका खुद ही आंसर आ जाए तो ज्यादा अच्छा होगा ना आपके लिए। ठीक है, एरम तो ट्रेंड है इस मामले में। आपको 2-3 महीने हैं, एक एक महीना है, सवा सवा महीना देना है। जी जी, बताइए
सर
एरम।
पहले वाले में कार्बन दिया था 78, तो आपने 100 माइनस 78 करके हाइड्रोजन निकाला, राइट?
हमने गलत निकाल दिया क्या?
हाँ, क्योंकि वो 90 होगा ना, 100 नहीं हुआ।
ओ यस, दैट इज करेक्ट। 88 हमने सोचा था, 22 होगा ना यहाँ पे। ओके ओके, ठीक है ठीक है, दिस इज माय मिस्टेक, या थैंक यू। दिस विल बी 22, बट आई मीन द रेस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स विल बी सेम। 22 कर लेंगे इसको, तो ये यहाँ पे आपके पास 22 होगा, and this will be also 22. This will be equal to how much? 6.5, 6.5 will be 11, 4 हो जाएगा, ये CH4 होगा फिर। CH4 will be the empirical formula, ठीक है। CH4 होगा, माय बैड। थैंक यू रम, थैंक यू, तो मेरी मिस्टेक थी। ओके रम, चलिए आई विल गिव यू 1 more minute। is also getting the option number C. But देख लेते बस हम. I have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbon is 38.71. Hydrogen it is 9.67. Oxygen कितना आ रहा था इसका? 51.62.
जी.
ठीक है. So carbon divided by 12, this divided by 1, this will be divided by 16. So almost 3 point something आएगा ना? Approximately carbon के लिए, and this will be 9.67 ही होगा इसका. 3 से थोड़ा ज्यादा होगा by the way, 38.3, and 51 divided by 58.6 है ना? 16. This is also 3 point something ही आ रहा है इसका भी. So if I take the ratios, then ratio will be
3.22.
2 2. उसका
Same.
2 2 ना? हाँ, then it is going to be what? If I will divide this number by 3.22 by each of these numbers, so I will get 1, 3, and 1. So CH3O. ठीक, option number C. Very good. Try this.
सर नाइट्रोजन 14 होता है.
जी, correct. Nitrogen is 14. What the answers? Both of you are getting different answers, by the way. चलिए let's see. Carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. So carbon is 40, hydrogen is 13.3, and nitrogen is 46.7. So 40 divided by 12 and 13.3 divided by 1, 46.7 divided by 14. So 40 divided by 12, approximately कितना आ जाएगा? This would be 3.3333 आ रहा है. This will be 13.3, 46.7, which will be divided by 14. This is also 3.33 आ रहा है. So if I divide all of these numbers, so this will be 1, because 3.33 से divide करेंगे, this will be 4 times, ठीक है, and this will be 1 time. Option C होगा ना, CH4N. आलिया, make sense?
Yes, sir.
किस स्टेप में ये हो गया, मोल्स निकालने में या फिर रेशियो में? यस आलिया.
वो कैलकुलेशन में मिस्टेक कर ली थी मैंने.
अच्छा, कैलकुलेशन. अब है कंसंट्रेशन टर्म्स, ठीक है. नाउ इन कंसंट्रेशन टर्म्स जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है वो आपको बताते हैं. If you have been given the mass percentage, you will be always given mass percentage generally. ठीक है, तो mass percentage के केस में, for example, you have been given 23% aqueous NaOH W by W, और लिखा हो 23% aqueous NaOH by mass. So even though here you can see only one number, there are 3 numbers here. What are the 3 numbers? Mass of NaOH is given. आपने जैसे देखा 23% aqueous NaOH mass by mass, that is W by W. That means mass of NaOH will be 23 grams. Mass of solution will be equal to 100 grams. And mass of water, that is the solvent here, that will be equal to 100 minus 23 grams. ठीक है, so this is something common. So if you have been given, अब ध्यान सुनिएगा जरा, if you have been given the mass percentage, that means you have been given the mass of solute, you have been given the mass of solvent. Once you have been given the mass of solute, that means you have also been given the moles of solute. Because mass को divide कर देंगे molar mass से, तो moles में निकल जाएगा. If you have been given the mass percentage of the solution, you have been given the mass of solvent, solvent also, so solvent का mass आपके पास है तो moles में निकल जाएगा. ठीक है, so if you have been given the mass percentage, you can calculate the moles of solute, you can calculate the moles of solvent, and you have also been given the mass of solution. अब इसके साथ में अगर आपको डेंसिटी दे दिया ना, mass percentage के साथ density of solution, so you have the mass of solution, you have the density of solution. So density, it is equal to mass by volume, and the volume will be equal to mass by density. So if mass percentage and density has been given, then the volume of solution is also given. Does this make sense, Alia and Iram? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
ठीक है.
sir.
Now, in generic, there are few concentration terms that you have to know. That is, first one is molarity, that is equal to number of moles of. I represent solute by the letter B and solvent by E. ठीक है. Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume in liters. Then you have small m, that is molality, number of moles of solute divided by volume, sorry, not volume, mass of solvent in kg. Then you have the mole fraction. Mole fraction of solute, it is equal to number of moles of solute divided by number of moles of solvent plus number of moles of solute. ठीक है. So all of these three you have already seen in the class 12 standard also. ठीक है. So please एक बार लिख लीजिए, नोटबुक में रहेगा तो आपको सवाल करने में आसानी होगी. Raise your hand once you're done writing. Moving on to the next question. अच्छा, एक और चीज हम लोग यहाँ पे ना एक चीज पढ़ लेते हैं, उसके बाद आगे सवाल पे जाते हैं. That is the relationship between molality and molarity. ठीक है. So relation between molarity and molality. सबसे पहले यहाँ पे देखिएगा, व्हाट इज मोलालिटी. Molality, it is equal to number of moles of solute divided by the mass of solvent in kgs. ठीक है, mass of solvent in kgs. ठीक है. Now I'm taking an example. Let us suppose you have been given 2 molar NaOH solution. What does that mean? 2 molar NaOH solution. It means 2 moles of NaOH in 1 liter of solution. ठीक है. So if I take 1 liter of solution, how many moles of NaOH we are having? We are having 2 moles of NaOH. So this 2 moles I can plug in here. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me. Alia and Aram. I have been given the molarity and I want to calculate molality. So I have been given 2 molar NaOH, so I can write the letter 2, the digit 2 in the place of number of moles of solute, because number of moles of solute of NaOH कितना है? 2 moles है. Alia and Aram, make sense?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. तो न्यूमेटर वाला पार्ट हो गया. अब बच्चा, we have to calculate the mass of solvent. I have been given 1 liter of solution. तो लीटर से आपको किस में जाना है? मास में जाना है. तो you would need what? You would need the density. ठीक है. So I have 1 liter of solution and let us suppose density is given. Density is d grams per ml. ठीक है. तो d is the density. Okay, grams per ml में ही दिया रहेगा density generally. Now 1 liter को आप क्या करेंगे? आप you have to convert this into what? Into first of all mass. Mass में कैसे होगा? Density it is equal to mass by volume. So mass will be equal to density into volume. So density is B. What is the volume? 1 liter. But since density is in grams per ml, I will convert this to ml and this will become 1000 ml. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Please tell me. This is mass of solution. ठीक है. कोई दिक्कत? No, no. Tell me. Alia
No,
and Niral?
sir.
ठीक है. Now I have mass of solution. Mass of solution में से अगर हम ये करें minus mass of solute, then this would give me mass of solvent, because in a solution we have only two things, solute and solvent. Solution में से solute को हटा दीजिए, you will get solvent. ठीक है. Now please see. Mass of solution चाहिए तो हमने कर दिया 1000 into D minus mass of solute कैसे करेंगे? See, 2 moles of NaOH. तो 2 moles का 2 ले लिया हमने, NaOH का molar mass ले लिया हमने 40. This will give me the mass of solute in the solution. Does this make sense? Alia, Iram? Does yes, Alia and Iram? Mass of solute will be the number of moles of solute multiplied by the molar mass of the solute. ठीक है. यहाँ पे क्या लिखेंगे हम? अच्छा, what is the number of moles of solute? It is the same thing ना जो आपका molarity था. Molarity 2 mole था, यहाँ पे भी 2 आया. I will write m, that is the molarity, multiplied by molar weight of solute. This will give me the mass of solvent. But this will be whole thing in grams, because grams per ml से हम start कर रहे थे. mass, molar mass भी grams में होता है. So I will divide this thing by 1000 in order to get this in kg. Now I will plug this whole thing. Molality will be equal to whatever the molarity is. Molarity का जो number दिया हुआ ना 2 दिया हुआ 2 5 दिया हुआ 5 divided by 1000 into d minus molarity into the molecular weight of the solute. This whole thing is then divided by 1000 and denominator of denominator is numerator. ऊपर चला जाता है. So we'll have multiplied by 1000 here. ठीक है. So you can write this formula. This formula से सवाल कभी कभी आ जाता है. I think last year आया था. थोड़ा सा ये. ठीक है. तो यहाँ कुछ चीजें आपको ध्यान रखना है. Here m is equal to molality, small m. Capital M is equal to molarity. And D is equal to density, which will be in grams per ml. And the molecular weight is the molecular weight of solute. Let's copy this down. Raise your hand once you're done. Waiting for all you. Okay, this question is directly from the formula. Please plug in the values in the formula and you will get the answer. The density of 1 molar. आपको क्या दिया हुआ है? Molarity दी हुई है of x grams. Density दिया हुआ है. The correct option for molarity पूछा हुआ है. Molar mass is 85 given. Okay, so everything is given. You just need to plug in the values. Don't forget the 1000, okay? Let me know if you're getting stuck. Alia, can you please show me your calculation? Save this number and send the calculation to me now. आलिया, आपने ऐसे ही किया है, देखिए तो जरा। 1000 divided by 1000 into 1.25 minus 85. Yes.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, तो देखते हैं तो ना 1000 divided by this will be what 1250 minus 85. ठीक है, सही। करेक्ट है सुनो।
Yes, sir.
बताइए 1250 जो है माइनस 85 कितना है?
1165.
1165। न्यूमरेटर बड़ा है या डिनोमिनेटर बड़ा है? विच इज ग्रेटर?
Denominator.
तो कुछ भी आंसर आएगा दैट विल बी इन 0 पॉइंट, है ना?
Yeah.
ठीक है, ऑब्वियसली बी और सी तो आंसर नहीं होगा। once you calculate this it will come out to be 0.85. ठीक है, तो डी ऑप्शन विल बी करेक्ट।
Yes, sir.
इसको ट्राई कीजिए। ये डेफिनेशन का सवाल है। इन वन मोलर सोल्यूशन, वन मोलर मतलब 1 मोल इन अ केजी ऑफ सॉल्वेंट। ठीक है, ध्यान से सवाल को पढ़िए। आई विल गिव यू गाइस 2 मिनट्स। It's just going to end earlier. It's the last question that I'm going to do. Picking up here. I'll just run my start. Okay. By the way, एक second.
Okay.
Is your next class right now?
No, it's at 4.
It's at 4, huh? See,